presence of the Blessed Virgin Mary in Philippine churches and the special devotion of Filipinos to her are reflective of her role in Philippine society as Mother of God. No doubt about it, Filipinos are people in love with Mary, pueblo amante de Maria. The Mother of Christ has a special place in the lives of the Filipinos. Every city, town, or barrio in the country honors the name of Mary in one way or another. Over 1/4 of the parishes in the Philippines have the Virgin Mary as titular patroness. Among the many titles accorded to Mary, one is particularly prominent: Our Lady of the Holy Rosary. The widespread devotion to Our Lady of the Rosary dates back to 1587, the arrival of the Dominican missionaries in the Philippines. The image of Our Lady of the Holy Rosary is a priceless religious heirloom of our nation, donated to the Dominican Fathers by Governor Luis Perez Dasmariñas between 1593 and 1596. It was carved by a pagan Chinese craftsman under the direction of a Spanish captain, Don Hernando de los Rios Coronel. Since then, the image has been part of the Philippine church history. It has ivory hands and face attached to a framework of wood and stuffing, while the entire niño is made of ivory. Now venerated in Santo Domingo Church in Quezon City, the statue is believed to be the oldest dated Philippine-made ivory Marian image and is now popularly known as Nuestra Señora del Santísimo Rosario de la Naval de Manila. La Naval was added to her title after a series of victories of the Spanish troops over the Dutch invaders in the 17th century, which were attributed to her intercession. The annals of history attest to the veracity of Mary's miraculous intervention, famous for the 5 naval battles in 1646 against the invading Dutch fleet. The naval captain sought the aid of Our Lady of the Holy Rosary to help them against the invaders, with a vow that all the defenders will walk barefoot in procession towards her shrine in the old Santo Domingo Church in Intramuros, if their prayers were answered. Mustering only 2 old, ill-equipped galleons to defend the islands, the Spanish and Filipino defenders successfully defeated the larger and more powerful Dutch ships in 5 consecutive battles in the waters around Manila. Hence, the Blessed Mother was referred to as the Señora Grande de Filipinas on account of the many favors attributed to her.
With very clear interrelationship or association between the devotion to Our Lady of the Rosary, the prayer of the Rosary, the promise, the vow to have this pilgrimage on foot to Our Lady's shrine, Santo Domingo in Manila, if they won, and the victory. So this close association of prayer, a promise, and the victory themselves, consistently within the 5 battles of 1646, made the superior of Manila, Dominicans, propose that it be recognized, or the series of victories be recognized as by divine intervention through the intercession of Blessed Mother. And by 1652, the witnesses, the accounts had been submitted and they were evaluated, and they had been officially declared as inexplicable from a natural standpoint, and that they were the work of God. and God, through the prayers and intercession of the Blessed Mother, had granted victory to the armed forces in those two miserable ships that fought in 1646. That tradition of walking, obviously from the port to the shrine on foot, had eventually become memorialized in the form of the annual procession in which Our Lady's image is carried in solemn procession. And the historical part of it is that the very same image of Our Lady of the Rosary enshrined in Santo Domingo was and is still the one being featured in these processions as an act of perpetual thanksgiving to her for the intercession she gave and protection for the Filipino faith.
Nag-aaral ako sa Colegio de Santa Catalina Intramuros. I grew up there. All the time, I've been close to her. The sisters and the fathers used to ask me to go there and help. When I was still in Old Santo Domingo, the camarera there died. And then it came the Japanese time. No? The Japanese time, I had to help bringing her, putting her in the boat. I had to put her in the boat because of the how to call that, bomba. Right after only everything was quiet and everything, we brought her out. I brought her out and then put her a very simple cloth. And that was the time the fathers decided to bring her to Santo Tomas. After the time, since my companions and everybody are already very old, some of them died. Then I told his father, what will happen? I'm alone. And then he said, sige, pumili ka na ng madre na gusto mong kasama. I took a session. Nung mag-Japanese time that I got married. No? When I got married, I couldn't serve her anymore, just as good. Till after that, the fathers asked me, can you even pass over for the Blessed Virgin? Because you're the only one who knows everything that she has, everything that I can be done. I'm only the one. Then, after that, I asked her, I'm already married. My wish is to have a daughter, Rosario. And that is my daughter, Rosario. When this Santo Domingo Church here was built, I asked my husband, I want to be near the church. So we bought this lot. And then I told her that since I want to serve you all the time of my life, I want only one thing, to stay, to build a house beside Santo Domingo, and this is the one. Okay. So I have no regrets about the things she's giving me. I will not have all these things if not of Our Lady. That's why I told her, ever since I was a small girl in Intramuros, until now, and after this 100 years, I will be serving you. After that, you can get me. Tapos na pwede mo na ako kunin. Basta makapagsilbi lang ako sa iyo.
And yung special message to the people in anticipation of the 100 years of our Lady of Naval.
Oo.
Meron po kayong mensahe sa mga tao.
Ay, humihingi ako ng isang magalit na papalit.
Amidst the sea of devotees, showers of flowers, and ebullience of lights, Our Lady of Naval reigns supreme. As the blessed patroness of Quezon City is ushered into the streets, the devotees sigh in great piety and faith, expressing their adulation to the Queen. The solemn procession of Our Lady of Naval is held every second Sunday of October to herald the miraculous intercession of the Virgin on the different crises that befell the Filipino nation. Today, the unwavering faith of the Filipinos shines anew as they relate every little miracle that happens to them as a blessing, fervently imploring the divine help of the Virgin. Do miracles happen these days?
Kahit gaano kahirap o problema, may mga magaan ang problema na susolve. Nakakaiyak. Talagang, siya, lahat ng kahilingan, pinagkaloob.
Mabait po ang Biren sa inyo. Meron na po ba kayong nahiling na nagkatotoo po?
Ito yun, siya, yung parang hingi ko sa kanya.
Ano nga ba ang milagro? Ang unang pumapasok sa ating isip ang pagsilabing milagro, sinabing himala, pangyayari na kakaiba, hindi pangkaraniwan. Pero ang kahulugang ito ay ikalawa lamang. Ang unang kahulugan ito ay pangyayari na nakikita at nabibigyan natin ng kahulugan na galing sa Diyos. Na Diyos ang may katha, na siya ang may loob at merong nais siyang ipahiwatig sa atin. Kaya sa pangkaraniwan nating buhay, kung ano man yon, basta nakikita natin kumbaga yung kamay ng Diyos sa mga bagay na ito, maituturing nating himala, maituturing nating milagro. At sa ganyang konteksto at pananaw, ang lahat na nagaganap sa Naval, sa pagdarasal nito, sa pagdiriwang nito, sa prosesyon, sa buhay ng mga deboto, milagro ng Diyos, milagro ng Naval.
I find it very miraculous because every time there's a procession, it doesn't rain. Yes, and in case it rains, it will start after the procession. That's how miraculous it is.
Faith talaga. Ika nga yung huwag kang bibitiw sa kanya. Especially when you have a lot of problems. I cannot become a doctor without the devotion of Naval de Manila.
Kinakailangan ng paniniwala para maunawaan natin kung ano ang milagro at kung ano ang Naval. Naniniwala tayo na merong Diyos, naniniwala tayo na kumikilos at nakikilahok siya sa ating mundo at sa ating buhay. Meron pa bang mga milagro ngayon? Oo. Hanggat merong naniniwala sa Diyos, merong mga milagro. Meron pa bang mga milagro ang Naval maging ngayon? Sa patuloy na pagganap sa Naval, sa mga pangyayari ito, masasabi kong oo, meron pa ring milagro ang Naval. Dahil hanggat may naniniwala, hanggat merong pagdiriwang ng Naval, merong milagro.
I fought my own battles, both within tsaka sa labas. Let's fight the battle. Parang tulad ng ginawa nila dati, we fight our battles with one rosary on one hand and the other, siguro ngayon dahil hindi na tayo pwede makakasalamat, just keep it free. Kung madapa ka, kung matatalo ka, hayaan mo lang na empty yung isang kamay mo para kung malalaglag ka na, madadapa ka, mawa ka, kumapit ka lang sa kanya. Kumapit ka sa inay mo, hindi ka niya pababayaan.
1974 ako nang mag-umpisa. Kung hindi ako nakakamali, mga 25 o 26 ako. Hindi na nun naging mahirap sa akin kasi nga naidibot ko na yung kalooban ko na magsisilbi ako. Hindi naman ako lumaking karamihan. Siyempre, sa mahirap din ako nag-umpisa. Mahirap na buhay din ng pamilya ko. So, kasama ng lahat yun, yung paghingi mo ng gabay sa umaga, pagkatapos ng trabaho, yun ang nagiging lapit ko sa kanya lagi. Basta sa pangako na hanggat kaya kong magsisilbi. Kung ano man ang nangyayari sa inyo, hindi ibig sabihin hindi kayo mahal ng Diyos. hindi kayo mahal ng Berlin. Ang totoo niya, mahal kayo ng Berlin. Lahat tayo mahal ng Berlin. Alam niyo ba kung bakit? Hindi niyo alam, no? Tignan mo pa ako yung kamay niyo. Makikita mo ako dyan, Emmy. Symbolize Mary. So, ibig sabihin ka ako, mahal tayo lahat ng Berlin. Tignan niyo mga kamay niyo. Meron din kayong katulad ng sa akin. Diba?
The Lady of Naval continues to bind the Filipino people in a century challenged by chaos, greed, and wavering faith. Our Lady of the Holy Rosary of Naval de Manila serves as our refuge and our mother.